Yes, we are in the building with Cavian, Ayana. So we're gonna get right into it. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. Now I have a lot of questions I want to ask you. I saw your performance last night, which was fire. Are you used to walking in environments where there's a lot of people performing?
Now I am within the last 6 months.
You caught me by surprise because everybody came, they grabbed the mic. You had an actual show tape made. And how many minutes did you have? 5?
It was 6 minutes.
6 minutes? How many songs did you squeeze into that 6 minutes?
Maybe 5
Yeah.
minimum. 4 minimum, but I think 5.
Yeah, I heard somebody in the back like, how many songs is she gonna do? And I was thinking in my head like she's doing this the right way. You know what I'm saying? She got 6 minutes. She gonna use these 6 minutes. So when did you start taking that approach to performing that way?
Before I even started doing music, I have always had like a vision of how I wanted to be on stage. I have like a favorite artist, so it's like I kind of take tips from her, which is Beyonce, of course. But I take tips from her. So yeah, I want to be different in a sense, not just perform one song, but kind of reach a lot of different energy in a room.
Other inspirations in music? Is it just Beyonce or is it other people?
No, I like Pac because I feel like he's real. And a lot of times now when people make music, they don't really like put the real in music. They're like, okay, I'm just going to put lyrics in. But my music actually come from real experience.
How long have you been making music?
I wrote my first song October of 21. I released it January 22. But yeah, so.
But you always wanted to make music. That's just when you started
Right,
writing.
professionally.
So what got you to start what got you involved with making music?
As a kid, I knew I wanted to like be an artist. And that's when I developed my favorite artist at a young age. I was like 7, I think. And I had like a spiritual journey like through the church dealing with music. I went to one church who believed in using like instruments and choirs. Well, I didn't go to that church, but the church I went to didn't believe in that. But somehow I ended up having a teacher to come to my school, and I went to church with her, found out she was a gospel singing group. She had a gospel singing group, and that basically opened a lot of doors in singing within the community.
And this all happened from where? Where are you from?
Salis, Mississippi.
How's the music scene? Where are you from?
There are a lot of artists in Mississippi, but a lot of people don't think it's realistic. I think, I'm not going to say like small-minded, but a lot of people don't come from Mississippi, like a lot of bigger artists rather. I feel like I had to step out of the box or whatever to like retrain my brain to think things that are realistic because it can happen. But yeah, you have to like move away to like further your goals.
So out of all the places that you can move away, where would you go?
Atlanta or New York, definitely. Probably Atlanta because I've been performing there a lot, making connections, but I've also made connections in New York, but they still come to Atlanta. Getting to network because like in any room that I walk in, I'm going to make sure like everyone knows my name, my face. Gonna like scout who's in the room.
What's the worst part about touring?
I don't think I've seen the worst part. I mean, I've traveled and not been able to make events, but it wasn't like, that wasn't bad.
You can't be the only person in your household that's into music. So what other family members do you have?
I have like older women in the family who sing, like my older aunts. I just found out I had a couple cousins in Atlanta that does music. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. So
you collabing with them soon?
Not soon, but yeah.
Before it's all said and done, you will.
Right.
Okay. Your style in music, as I was watching you perform, you had some high tempo tracks, you had some low tempo tracks. Explain your style, like how do you make your music? What gets you into the studio? How do you write, your process and stuff like that?
I think I'm a very versatile person. So like I don't stick in one genre or one way of writing. I like to develop different skills. Cause sometimes you never know, like this skill may work for this person. As far as like my style of music, I like pop, hip hop, rap, R&B. I love singing in general. So I don't really have a label for that. I mean, I'm a singer, of course, that can rap. At first, I basically just go with the beat and like create a melody as I'm going with the beat. But I learned that a lot of artists freestyle melodies and then like put their lyrics in.
Well, that's why I want to ask. When it comes to what you doing singing and rapping, what's easier to make? The rap song or the R&B singing song?
I wouldn't say that one is easier. I think they're both are pretty easy for me. Like, I feel like I can like write a song in like a short amount of time, which I wrote my first song in October, but I have like multiple experience with writing in general. Like, I was in many writing competitions. So it's like, it's not really hard to do either.
So you're driving down the street, you're not listening to you, you're listening to other music. What's on your playlist? What music do you listen to just casually?
I really love I have like a self-love playlist, and it helps me like vibrate higher. My mood, it puts me in a better spirit, attract positivity. I love like just positive music in general. But a lot of times when I'm driving by myself, I will listen to like instrumentals and sometimes like create a melody while I'm driving, maybe say some lyrics, take my phone and like put it on record while I'm like spitting stuff. And then when I get home, I'm going to like put that in place.
Do you ever come to a place where you were just driving and you had a melody in your head and by the time you got home, you forgot it?
Yes, but eventually it came
It
back at the right time. So I feel like that all happens for a reason.
That's a fact. Okay. All right. What performances you got coming up?
I have a performance after I leave Arizona. I have a performance in New York for New York Fashion Week, one of the events there. I also have a performance at the end of February for New York Culture Weekend.
You got a project coming out that we should be on the lookout for?
I had a plan to release a song a month, but I don't really know. I'm just gonna, God's timing is everything for me. So when things happen, they'll happen. I do want to release minimum every 2 months. And I'm getting ready to create a visual for my first song, Love.
What's going to be on that visual?
You just have to see.
Yeah, I knew you was going to say that. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
To be honest, in 5 years, I'm gonna have like one of the biggest fan base ever. I'm gonna already have that financial set that I want, for a start. Yeah, I'm gonna meet some big people. That's the goal. Like my family they're not gonna have to work. I'm thinking big in 5 years. So
some of the best advice that you can give other artists that are inspired by you, looking up to you, what would you tell them?
I think a lot of times we were trained to think that it is better to try and fail than not try at all. But my motto is trying leaves room for failure. So just do it. Also, discipline and consistency beats everything else. So if you have discipline, you can practice it. Also, train your brain to think what you want. If there's something you have a goal for, write a vision board. God said, write it down and make it plain. And we have not because we ask not. So write it down. I don't know if you believe in God, but ask him for it. I created one in 21 and like 10 things happened by the time January came. So yeah, have faith and put in that work.
So for anybody that wants to follow you, anybody that wants to keep up with what you got going on, how can they follow you? Where can they follow you?
So the easiest way you can find me is my Instagram, CAVIAN_AYANA. It also has a link in my bio. If you click it, it shows all platforms that I have.
But before we go, I need you to explain, how'd you come up with your name?
Okay.
We got to talk about that.
So that's okay. As a kid, I did not like my name because I was picked on for it. They were like, say Calvin, Caviar, Cavassier, just all type of things. And I told my mom one day when we were in the garden, I told her I hated my name. And then she was like, well, if you didn't have anything else on this earth, anyone else on this earth, you always will have your name. And so it stuck with me because it was like I was young. I'm very spiritual. I was very in tune with whatever. And basically, I have problems everywhere I go where people pronounce my name wrong, and that's totally okay. But one day, everyone will know my name.
Looking at camera and say your name.
My name is Cavian Ayana.
I appreciate you for having this sit-down conversation with me.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you a lot more on the scene. I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for that music video for Love. I need that ASAP. We was listening to that while we were doing the photo shoot. And just when you drop a project, just make sure you send it to me so I can start promoting it.
I got you. Thank you.
Perfect. No problem.